net that take up all of Kashimo's field of view. Like, think about when, like, the boss of a game launches that massive attack at you that takes up the entire screen and you can't really do anything about it. That's essentially what's happening to Kashimo here. And he's meeting the same fate as Gojo, meaning that he's getting hit with this reality-cutting dismantle, and before we see it happen, it cuts to a dream/death sequence, and where they're suddenly in this afterlife waiting room talking. And as with Gojo, we saw that he was with the other sea sorcerers. But now with Kashimo, he's with Sukuna, and they're both wearing, like, traditional Japanese clothing. And at first, Kashimo looks like his older self that we saw making the deal with Kenjaku, and then he converts to his younger self. And Sukuna says Kashimo must be challenged by many guys in an attempt to get knowledge from him, and Kashimo must have killed those people by his hands. And Sukuna then asks, if that's not showing mercy, then what else is? Kashimo reverts back to his current form as Sukuna continues to say that we, the strongest, are loved because we are stronger. Then why worry about loneliness? Kashimo then asks that should have satisfied Sukuna, but why did he still travel to the current time by splitting his soul? Sukuna says after understanding he can declare that love is trash. Sukuna says he's never thought of being satisfied by another. He eats when he wants to, he'll kill if someone's an eyesore, or play if someone seems fun. He just lives at his own scale. And if others can't measure him, then it's their problem. When Kashimo asks if he was bored, Sukuna says the flavor of humans are diverse and ephemeral. It's perfect to sip on it and kill time until he dies. So this is all really interesting stuff here, and I'd love to go more into this in my full review of the chapter. But yeah, Sukuna for sure eats people, which I think this is confirming here, but also him going into, like, love not being necessary, and I think Sukuna's going to have a change of tune once he fights full powered Yuji probably. I mean, I think him defeating Gojo made him feel this way now. I mean, I'm pretty sure he traveled to the future here, as Kashimo asked him, to fight a worthy opponent. Like, it seems like that's why he ultimately came here. Like, Kenjaku was like, hey, I see that you've defeated everyone, but what if I told you that, in 1,000 years or whatever, I can give you a worthy fight? And maybe that's possibly what Yuji even is. Maybe Yuji was just a little experiment for Kenjaku to make Sukuna a possible worthy opponent in the future, maybe? I know that sounds weird right now, but just think about it. Why is Yuji so freaking powerful and so specific in the way that he was developed than any other character that had a part in bringing the culling game together? You know what I mean? And speaking of Yuji, back to reality, the domain which trapped Hikari and Urarame breaks, and Sukuna notices someone's arrival. So yeah, in the previous chapter, we saw Urarame trying to back up Sukuna from Kashimo, but Hikari came in and activated his domain and trapped them both in it. We don't know what happened, which is fine. We didn't really need to see it. There's time for Hikari and Urarame to fight, but something happened and the domain wound up ending. But out of it, we see Yuji and Higuruma, and that's where the chapter ends. Yuji and Higuruma coming down on Sukuna. And this is incredible. So first of all, we've been talking about Higuruma for months now, been waiting to see this guy back in action. He's one of the most interesting characters, one of the coolest power sets in the series, in my opinion, and I would love to see him put somebody on trial. Now, maybe he puts Sukuna on trial, but that seems unlikely because, like, man, Sukuna's just way too powerful for him to fall victim to the domain, deadly sentencing. Like, we've seen that he can just instantly kill you, first of all, but aside from that,
By the end of the century, the median age in Italy has reached 48. All around the world, birth rates are crashing. Is humanity dying out? What's going on, and how bad is it? For hundreds of thousands of years, the human population barely grew at all, haunted by disease, famine, war, until the Industrial Revolution. Exponential progress led to exponential growth, pushing our numbers to 6 billion in the year 1999 and 8 billion just 24 years later. And our numbers will continue to rise for at least another 60 years, but this growth obscures something. People kind of stopped having babies. For a stable population, every couple needs to have 2 children on average. If the number is higher, it grows. If lower, it shrinks. If it's well below, it shrinks a lot and quickly. Like in South Korea, one of the hottest exporters of pop culture. Its fertility rate led 0.8 children per woman in 2022, the lowest in the world. This means 100 South Koreans of childbearing age today will have 40 kids. Who then will have 16 kids? Who then will have 6? If nothing changes, then within 100 years, there will be 94% fewer young people. And South Korea will see a population implosion. That is, if things stay the same. We have yet to see if there's a bottom to fertility rates. Or